Hi everyone, this is I'm All Right, and my name is Lisa Robertson. I'm an editorial director. I'm also a writer of both fiction and nonfiction, and I have been for over 20 years. The purpose of this channel is to kind of help new and aspiring writers kind of gain some of the knowledge and skills they need to enhance their craft, kind of jumpstart their creativity, and take their writing to the next level. In addition to the work I'm doing here on this channel, I also have a website, which is imallright, WRITE.com. There'll be a link below where you can work with me one-on-one on manuscript critiques. It's something I've been doing for a very long time, something I really love. And because I'm trying to build my business in this area, my rates are super low, really affordable, better prices than you're going to get. I haven't seen anyone doing it as cheaply as I'm doing it. So while I build my business up, I hope you can connect with me and work with me one-on-one and kind of take your writing from concept to completion. Before we get into today's video, I really want to apologize for the shoddy production values. I'm trying so hard, y'all. I'm just learning. I'm trying to do these landscape rather than portrait, and it's really a struggle for me because I always feel like I'm not looking in the right area, and I just don't feel super comfortable doing it yet, but I'm trying, and hopefully what I lack in YouTube and video knowledge will be offset by the information I can give you about writing, because I do know an awful lot about that. I've been making a living at it for a very long time. So with that in mind, please just bear with me as I kind of get my feet underneath me and figure out how to do this in a better way. So what we've been doing this week is a 7-part series on the 7 deadly sins of writing. This is day 4. Day 1, the sin was the sin of perfectionism. Day 2, we covered ego and how to balance having a healthy ego with a sense of humility and gratitude. The 3rd day, we covered envy, another deadly sin when it comes to writing and life. And today, we're going to cover another deadly sin, the 4th one. Kind of I don't know if a sin is good to say it's your favorite one, but this is probably my favorite topic and of the series so far, and that is the sin of being a fancy pants. What I mean by that, when I say that you're trying to be a fancy pants, is when you throw in all these literary devices and tips and tricks that you've learned over the years and throw them on every page just to kind of show that you can do it. Examples of that is when you're like, ooh, symbolism, I'm just going to put that in here even though it has really no reason or a point in the story. Or, oh, alliteration, people like to read that, that's funny, I learned that in 8th grade, I'm going to put that in. Or, anything like that where you're kind of relying on literary devices or tips or tricks, not to the betterment of your story, but to kind of boost your ego and show that you can do these things, right? I think of it a lot as like these really talented singers with gorgeous natural voices who can't just allow themselves to sing with the kind of purity and organicness that the song requires, and instead they're constantly doing runs and riffs and saying, I can hit this note and I can do that and let me watch my hands go like this, and they just can't help themselves. They're showing off and they're trying to say, I know how to do all this. And I think there's a certain tendency with writers to do that same thing, and it's really unfortunate because then the beauty and the power of the natural writing kind of goes away. Somebody once told me, why are you using a $50 word when a $5 word would do the trick, right? And that's because maybe you learned it. I did that a lot in the 8th grade, which is why I know it's a beginner writer move. I had my thesaurus and I would get it out and I would use these words willy-nilly without really understanding the nuances or the meanings behind them. And it would just seem silly, and not as straightforward and plain to the point that it needs to be. There's a beauty in simplicity in writing that I think is really underrated and overlooked, okay? I've been really into nonfiction lately. I've been reading a lot of books that are written by journalists, and I love kind of the plain speak that they use. Sure, the writing is powerful and memorable and beautiful, but there's not a lot of artifice to it. They're not doing alliteration for the sake of doing alliteration. They're not using these giant words just because they know them. They're not kind of imbuing a lot of symbolism or other extraneous, unnecessary things just to puff up the writing. They're letting the story tell the story. And that's what I want you to do with your writing as well. So if the sin is being a fancy pants, the solution is to kind of I don't know, put on your sweats and just kind of embrace that simple, straightforward nature that beautiful writing so often has, and save those tips and tricks and craft that can really enhance your writing, and use it sparingly and use it when it really makes sense. That's my topic for the day. That's my sin for the day. We'll be back again tomorrow with another one. And until then, I hope you meet all your writing goals, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.